today I'm reviewing the Sand and Sky Australian Pink Clay Flash Perfection Exfoliating Treatment. And really quick, I just want to say I purchased all these products with my own money, so definitely check out my products at the Amazon link below if you want to help keep the channel independent. So, today is Skincare Sunday, and Sand and Sky recently came to Sephora, which meant I definitely had to give them a shot and try them. Apparently, this is a holy grail product for a lot of people. I read in a little chat room about it, so I had to pick it up and give it a try and see if it was my new holy grail. So, I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on it based on my Sarah score scale. So, my first criteria is packaging, and they've done a nice job packaging this in a squeeze tube, which is nice because it protects the beneficial ingredients from exposure to light and air, which can degrade them and help them lessen in effectiveness. So they've done a very nice job packaging this. Really prefer masks and things that come in a squeeze tube. It's just much, much easier. My second criteria is alcohol, and this does not contain alcohol, which is good. However, it contains a fair amount of witch hazel extract, which has similar effects to alcohol. It can be very drying to the skin and irritating because of their makeup of tannins, which have beneficial properties, but also negative activities as well for the skin. So it's kind of a little bit of a good and a bad thing. Sometimes a little bit of witch hazel is okay, but too much is not the best. Some people swear by it, but especially if you have dry or very sensitive skin, you're probably going to want to avoid that as much as you can. They do have some in here, but it's not denatured alcohol, which is straight up just not good for skin in any way. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt with that. My third criteria is fragrance, and this contains a lot of fragrance. It's got Australian citrus extract, finger lime extract, desert lime, orange, grapefruit peel extract, lemon fruit extract, lime oil, and then limonene. So it's got a lot of fragrance ingredients, which, especially if you have dry or sensitive skin or even just normal skin, you're better off avoiding fragrance because it can irritate skin, and sometimes you might not even feel it immediately, but you're just better off avoiding as much as you can. So it is pretty fragrant. However, it is a rinse-off product, so it's not as big of a concern as if it were like a leave-on serum or a leave-on moisturizer. So definitely not as big of a concern, but the product would be a little bit better without it, and perhaps a little bit more alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy acids included instead of some of those citrusy ingredients. My fourth criteria is the manufacturing location, and this is made in Australia, which is beautiful. I love Australia, so love that. That's always a good thing. My fifth criteria is the ease of use, and actually, I've seen a lot more skincare companies recently from Australia, that Dr. Roebuck's, this brand, there's a couple more, the Go-To brand, just more and more coming out from Australia, so I love that. So ease of use, it's very easy to use. You're going to want to massage this over slightly damp skin. Massage this over skin for about 30 seconds and then leave it on for about 5 minutes after that, and then rinse it off. And it does have a lot of exfoliating grains in there. I think it's from macadamia nut shells. So it can be a little abrasive. So definitely go gentle when you're massaging on your skin, especially if you have sensitive skin, because some of those shells can be a little jagged almost. So you definitely want to be gentle with your skin. But otherwise, it's very easy to use. Then you leave it on for 5 minutes and then rinse it off. And I recommend, if your skin feels a little dry or parched afterwards, following up with a good oil afterwards is always a nice idea. So just to give your skin some hydration back to it. Good marula oil or argan oil or any oil is pretty good, as long as it's not a fragrant oil. Borage seed oil, lots of good ones. So very easy to use. My sixth criteria is antioxidants, and they've included some. They've got grape seed oil, olive oil, rosehip oil, lactic acid. So they've got some good beneficial ingredients. Again, those get washed down the drain with the fragrance ingredients, but better to expose your skin to them as much as you can. So that's nice. My seventh criteria is animal testing, and as what Sephora says, this brand is cruelty-free. And there's a note on here that has not been tested on animals, so that's always a good thing. My eighth criteria is performance, and I didn't notice any difference in my skin really using it. I've been using it for a few weeks now, not every day, but every few days, and I just never really noticed much of a difference at all. I did pH test it, which is a little tricky when something's like a lotiony or a mask texture. You don't necessarily just pH test the product in itself. You want to test it how it's going to be on your skin. So I pH tested, I dampened my skin, and then I massaged a little bit of this on, and then I pH tested that because it's not going to go on your skin when your skin's dry. Your skin's going to be a little damp. And the pH test was around 5, which is a little high for exfoliation to occur. I think you usually want to be in the 3.5s. So it's a little high for exfoliation to actually occur, a chemical exfoliation. Obviously, from some of the grains and things, physical dead skin cells and dry flakes are going to be taken off, but you're not really going to get much into the pores or anything like that when the pH number is higher. So you're mostly relying on the physical exfoliation from the grains and the macadamia nut particles. So some people say it's their holy grail. Might be. For me, it wasn't, but it was okay. But it just didn't live up to the hype, which I think happens a lot. A lot of things get hyped up so much, and not that there's anything wrong with it. For me, it was just fine. I don't know. I would prefer my Drunk Elephant Baby Facial to this any day, but and one other product, because there's always good things to try. One other product similar to it that I really liked is the Volition Turmeric Brightening Polish. It's kind of similar. You leave it on for 2 minutes on damp skin. It has a little bit of grains in it, some more beneficial ingredients, a little bit less fragrance, but I really like this as well, and I found the grains to be a little bit more fine in this, so you didn't have as big of an issue with sensitive skin and things like that. The grains were just a little less abrasive and odd-shaped, so you don't have as much maybe like issues with sensitivity and things like that. So that's just an option to consider if you're in the market. You might want to check both of them out if you can. So I don't know. Anyway, on to the 9th criteria, which is price, and this is the full size, which is 3.4 ounces, and it sells for $43. So it's pretty expensive. A little bit with this doesn't go a long way, so you're not going to get as much use unlike a product that's very thin or watery. A little bit of this does not go a long way, and it is a little bit pricey, so you definitely want to be getting if it's your holy grail, though, you're going to pay anything for it, I think, maybe. So it is pricey. And then number 10 is the It Factor, and in my opinion, it's just a little too fragrant. The pH is a little too high, a little too much witch hazel. It just didn't wow me, but, there's something for everyone, and not everyone's going to love the same thing. So this was just okay in my opinion. So this got a 6 out of 10, which is okay. It's not the best thing I've ever tried, but it's definitely not the worst. So anyway, I am interested if you guys have had a chance to try this, or if you've tried any of the other products from this brand. What have you tried and how have you liked it? So definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I come with at least one new video every day. And check out nobsbeauty.com and the Amazon link below. Thank you so much, guys.